Mariska, it's a pleasure to be here on the SVU set. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely.
So Law & Order SVU has been on the air for 13 seasons now. That's quite impressive. How do you keep it fresh?
You know, I am very invested still in the show, and I think it's due to the fact that I'm surrounded by great actors and have such incredible scripts to act. The writing on the show, you know, Dick Wolf has kept the bar so high with great writing, and I feel so lucky, you know, to have that, because it's truly a luxury for actors. But you know, the storylines, the fact that we're dealing with subject matter that is so cutting edge, you know, the fact that these are issues that we read about every day, and the fact that they are real issues that people are dealing with every day is exciting to me and makes me want to tell these stories so we can educate people and empower them and make them, you know more about issues and know how to deal with things that are really scary to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you're telling these stories, does it ever personally affect you? I know you started a foundation, and this show inspired you to do that.
Yeah, it does, and that's exactly why I started the foundation, because when I first learned about the, you know, statistics of sexual assault, I was so horrified. And then not only that, but when the show started airing, survivors started emailing me and disclosing their own stories of abuse. So it wasn't just that I was reading it in the scripts, but rather it was coming to me on a personal level, and I felt like I'm just an actor. I don't know how to deal with this. So that's why I went through, you know, rape crisis training and studied and tried to educate myself so I could properly deal with it.
That's great. That's great. So we're behind the scenes today. We're going to do a little tour, which is so much fun.
Yeah.
What's a normal day like for you, and any fun behind the scenes stories you can tell us?
There's so much fun that goes on here, you'd be surprised. We laugh all day. Everybody's a comedian. And, you know, we have a lot of gallows humor because it's so dark that I think we need to keep ourselves, you know, so we don't, you know, sink into the abyss. But, you know, I get picked up every day around 6 and get to work at 6:30. I go into a half hour of hair, and then we have a rehearsal, and then we do makeup, and we rehearse. And, you know, sometimes about 4 days, it takes 8 days to shoot an episode. So 4 days we're in, meaning at the studio, and then 4 days we're out on location. And, you know, every day is different, and that's also a great part of it. You never have the same day, and it's new actors, new guest stars, and then it's also us, so there's the familiarity and the safety. You know, when we're here, it's all kind of loosey-goosey because everybody has their life and their dogs and their children and their dressing rooms, and it's, you know, home base. But, and we work generally 14 and a half hours, so that's a long day.
That is long.
It's a long day, yeah.
Wow.
It takes a long time to bust perps.
I just learned actually that your mother, Jane Mansfield, did she inspire you to start acting?
Well, you know, people ask me that question. I don't know. You know, I've never had a different history, or, you know, I mean, so she obviously passed away when I was very young, but I know that I was with her. So it could have. I don't know because I was so young, but, you know, I imagine that the legacy of it at least opened the door to intrigue about acting and in the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was beautiful and talented just like you, so you
Thank
definitely
you.
followed in her footsteps. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure being here.
Cool.
Thanks.
Have fun.
Thanks.
So you guys